I understand that our political leaders around the world are humans just like you and me. And I do feel that our political leaders do have the right to have a night off. I don't know if this actually was like a scheduled night off or not for him. I have no idea. All right. But the truth is, if he's there and he's spending time with his daughter, I mean, it actually, maybe the real story here is he was suffering just like all of us. Like, he's like, dude, I got to go to a Taylor Swift concert. I mean, first of all, if his daughter's into Taylor Swift, I'm very sorry for him. I mean, that, that's awful. It basically means she's a lost cause and, but the fact that he took her to the concert or whatever, it's kind of nice. I'm sure he got her VIP seats because he's the prime minister and stuff like that. He deserves to have a night out with his family, totally. But my question then is thus, why are there riots taking place in your country? It's obvious that according to what they're saying, this has been something, the table's been set, that basically Trudeau has been incredibly weak on these people who are doing this stuff, that he's not, considering it crimes. He's, oh, these are peaceful protests or whatever. And of course, when there's violence, then you have to shut it down. But to some extent, you have to have control over the country or else you're not really a leader, are you? And so where the real debate here is should the riots have happened to begin with? How does that kind of a thing build up and no one was aware that it was going to happen? That many people are gathering or whatever. Obviously, there should be something in place. And apparently, from what I'm to understand, again, I'm new to covering politics. This is not the first time. This has happened a few times now in recent memory where a big riot has broken out and it has to do with the Middle East conflict. And Trudeau's just kind of like doesn't do anything about it. He has stern words. Oh, how dare you? Naughty, naughty. How could you? But then he doesn't actually take any action. All right. At this point, words don't really mean anything. Words can only go so far. At one point, as a leader, you have to take action. So I think that's the reason that people are so upset. Not that the guy took a night off to spend with his daughter and it just had to be the worst timing ever because he's at this really vapid, empty-headed concert on one side of his country while literally one of the major, cities of his country is burning on the other side, right? I just think it's that the fact that the situation has been happening again and again and again, and this guy hasn't done anything about it. He says, stop it, but doesn't take action, right? Listen, I live in Seattle, Washington. For those who don't know, it's one of the most crime-infested parts of our country right now. Why? Because our political leaders have been insanely lax on crime. They've actually made it so that you have to steal thousands of dollars of product out of a store to actually be arrested and have it stick. I'm not kidding you. Right now, you could walk into a store and grab an armful of shit, walk out the door, and the cop at the door will just say, stop, take the stuff back, and let you go. I'm not kidding you. That's how it is here. They made the laws too lax. So now what's happened is thievery is commonplace. It's a huge problem. Entire stores have shut down. Businesses keep getting destroyed time after time after time. When you have a rule in place, but you don't enforce it, it's not a rule. So it doesn't matter what Justin Trudeau says. What matters is what actually happens, the enforcement versus the rule. He could have a million laws against rioting, but unless he actually starts enforcing them, unless he actually has a task force cracking down on it to stop it, it will continue. And then what the sad fact is, it could happen at a time when he's not ready to even deal with it because he's at a night out and then he looks like a complete jackass. You're a world leader. It's time to start acting like it.